All right. What's up, David? How you doing, my man? You doing good?
Doing well. Celebrated this country. Celebrated July 4th out here in Connecticut. Actually, I'm at an Airbnb on vacation after spending a few days in the city, as you saw from my previous appearance. So, just getting a nice week off in uh, in some places where it usually be colder, but in the summer it's very nice out here. New York, Connecticut, this up
Yeah,
north.
no. A good thing is you're getting some decent weather. Overall. That's definitely a good thing. Did you take advantage of this Bitcoin dip?
Oh
Sweet
well,
ass dip.
I know you're all over it. I have noticed some, like notifications on Robinhood and what have you. So I've seen, yeah, there's been a tip and other cryptos too.
Oh yeah, no. Ethereum is just at 3,000 or just under. So there's a bunch of really like absolute steals right now. So it is a beautiful thing. I got to thank even though the German and the American governments are stupid for selling their Bitcoin, but I got to thank them for doing that because obviously that lowers the price and it gives an opportunity for everybody else. So the question is um, Tua going to lower his price? Is Miami Dolphins going to up their offer? What's happening there?
I think probably when these things happen, you need both to happen. So you may need to give up a little bit on what his expectations are, especially if they did raise a little bit more since Trevor Lawrence got his $55 million per year, which honestly, which is also an inflated number because it's not all that when it comes to the guarantees. But as we know, but uh, Tua will probably have to just settle on. Maybe he's not going to get that from the Dolphins, and the Dolphins, if they're not reaching that, what really is the market value right now, with Lawrence getting 55 per year, with Jared Goff getting 53 per year, then they probably have some work to do to get to where Tua is. So that's just negotiations. That's just compromise. Both sides are probably going to have to get to somewhere in the middle.
So let me ask you something. Would you think of that report from Andy Slater? Apparently now that they may want a court case for Tyreek and the IG model.
Yeah. So that issue is still lingering. Of course, that's not going away. So something that'll still stick around with Tyreek Hill, and now we're getting into now a week or the weeks leading up to training camp. So now whatever that date would come about, I saw something about how that could lead into the season as well. So now that could create another distraction going into next season for something that's now happened so long ago. So even if Tyreek Hill starts saying, "I'm going to be a changed man. I'm not going to be getting in trouble with this and that," these issues from the past they end up lingering. So he could hit 1,000 going forward and not get into any trouble. But still, what you've done in the past is still going to affect him and his team going forward into this season.
Where's the video?
Yeah,
Where's the video?
there's got to be video of it somewhere, right? The phones were probably out in this environment. That you filming her kid with him doing these football drills, whatever it was,
And
and
she
then,
could be doing it because she was playing with the kids. So neither one of them were doing it. So if really she's at fault, everyone else was filming. Everyone else is on Tyreek's side. It's
yeah,
interesting how no videos have come up.
yeah, no, that is, and from her perspective too, she probably had some video of it from just because if she's an Instagram model, probably wanted some video that she's out here with Tyreek Hill doing these fake football drills, whatever it was. So probably wanted that as like her own remembrance. So so yeah, video of this probably exists somewhere.
Come on, man. It's like I always pick on the idiots out there. Oh, Mike McDaniel was vaping on the sidelines. Well, dude, where's the exhale?
It's a good point.
I've smoked myself plenty. I, when you take in, you gotta exhale, bro. You gotta exhale. So you could be like this. Okay, great. It might look like it. You're going to wait for the exhale. You know, nobody has an exhale. Do you know why? Because there was no vaping going on. But let's just sell the bullshit because good to sell it because it's sensationalism. And then, people will buy it and they'll run with it because they won't think like I do. Like, okay, well, where's the exhale? I mean, if he's really vaping, you got to wait for the exhale because there's always an exhale. So,
Now that was a flip too. Just to play devil's advocate here. Could it have just cut back to the action before we even saw it? So just to play devil's advocate, that's out there too. So
if you're filming the inhale,
yeah,
you think there's an inhaling going on, you're going to wait for the video for the exhale, bro. Because the exhale is the money shot.
That CBS camera stays on him, so they got it. But anyway, I think
they would have gotten an exhale if it would have happened, bro. It would have made headlines everywhere. But the problem is that it wasn't CBS or anything. It's been people on the side that created this whole myth of that whole thing.
It wasn't even a news story, really. So I mean, it's not like we never even really wrote it with the Sun Sentinel. It's not like any other.
Of course not. Why would you, dude? There's no proof whatsoever. That would be incredibly. That's my point. This is incredibly irresponsible, but it's typical of the shit that goes on nowadays. It's typical.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, that was all social media reposted, and so without any of the facts, and
it's unfair to Mike, and because he sounds like a Valley dude, then 1 and 1 together. Oh yeah, he must be a stoner because the way he talks. It's just so it's just unfair. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. All right. So what? Your vacation's over this weekend? You back next week?
Yeah. So I'll get back to work Monday. Fly back Sunday. But I will say that when he was asked one time with on a podcast, then the answer seemed to indicate, although he wouldn't say it directly, but it seemed to indicate that that he might have just possibly been vaping on the sideline.
I think he just fucked with them. That's all it is. I think he rolls with this, and instead of becoming a dick and getting mad about it, he just kind of rolls with it and has some fun with it. But,
that's his approach too. But that fun answer seemed to me to indicate, maybe there was something. Not that I'm going to admit it, but maybe there was a little something. But just the possibility that anyone would even get upset about it would make me say that would never happen again. That answer seemed to indicate, okay, maybe there was, but he's being playful about it.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, follow him on Twitter at David Furones _ Catch his work there at the South Florida Sun Sentinel. David, have a great vacation, my brother. Finish out that weekend strong. We'll catch up next week, my friend. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
You got it. There you go. David Furones with our Welt Rheaume Miami Dolphins report. And, of course, Welt Rheaume 954-966-4646. You're seeing the storms all over our country. You're seeing the hurricanes going through the Caribbean. Folks, you need the right lawyers just in case it happens to us here in Florida. It's a possibility. I hope it doesn't happen. But if we get some rainstorms, if we get a God forbid, a hurricane, and you've got water damage or any kind of wind damage, call Welt Rheaume. Listen, maybe there was some wind and there was a storm that came by and messed up your roof a little bit. Call Welt Rheaume. They might be able to get you a new roof. 954-966-4646. You didn't have leaks, and all of a sudden now you found a leak or two in the roof because this last storm that went by just a couple of weeks ago and caused all kinds of floods. Doesn't have to be a hurricane, folks. You could get tropical storm winds, and that could cause all kinds of damage to your home, to your business. Please call Welt Rheaume and explain your situation. The consultation is completely free. Jeff Welt is one of the best listeners on the planet. 954-966-4646. Jeff and Dan are absolute bulldogs. They take down the biggest insurance companies in the world. They take on the biggest jobs. They take on the smallest claims, biggest claims. They're ready for you. You will win in the end. 954-966-4646. Bankruptcy, homeowner property damage, condo damage, criminal defense, business owner claims, commercial litigation, personal injury. You call the left and right tackle that you're going to need to get it done. That is Welt and Rheaume.